Hey peoples, Omnight Productions here. Yes, I know I was gone for a long time, again. There's no excuse, I was just lazy. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, school was really hard, which it has been, but I just made an excuse. But I've been lazy, but I'm here to make more videos. And this is a video I've been wanting to make for a while. I kept saying I'm gonna make it today, I'm gonna make it today, I'm gonna make it today. But I didn't make it. But you know what? Here I am, making it right now before I go to bed. This will probably be uploaded tomorrow. But I'm gonna talk to you about, I guess, the Twas the Night Before trilogy and what, my grand, plan for it is without spoiling anything. Now, to start off, I did try making the first one. Didn't go well. I have a very strong vision in my head, and just with the budget I have, and obviously I'm a kid, I don't, I'm not an adult and I can't do certain things, and I don't have a crazy budget, I don't have actors, I just have my friends. Tried filming it, just wasn't really working out, and I have a very good vision in my head, but as of right now I just can't really project it the way I want, so I still do want to make it, it's just right now it's not possible. But enough of that, let's talk about what I have, like, the Twas the Night Before trilogy and what it is in my head. Now, obviously, saying it's a trilogy, that means 3 movies. The first film, obviously, this is what Owen Trent looks like, just the normal mask we all know, the beanie, and so pretty much it's just a very simple film. It takes place, I made up this town called Pinewood, and it takes place in Massachusetts, because I live in Massachusetts. I don't live in a town called Pinewood, I made that up. I mean, there might be a real Pinewood, but that's just a town I made up because it sounds cool. And yeah, it just takes place in, like a suburb, and that's the town it's in. He's known as the Pinewood Punisher, because he punishes the bullies and, things like that. Also sometimes the Winter Phantom, or, just simply Owen Trent, so yeah, there's that one. Now the sequel, Twas the Night Before 2, takes place literally the same exact night. So it's similar to Halloween 2. Actually, my idea for the trilogy is kind of similar to the Halloween movies. It's not on purpose, it's just a coincidence. Anyways, he looks like this in the sequel. At one point he kills someone, blood gets on him. But yeah, it's pretty much just the same night, and it's supposed to be the same mask. Obviously it's not, I have both of them right here, but it's, made to look like the same mask, just bloody. And that one, this town is called Pinewood for a reason. There's a huge forest in it, like giant woods nearby. So the majority of the second film takes place in those woods, like a cabin place in the woods where, teenagers are hanging out, getting fucked up and stuff. And that's where Owen Trent goes in the sequel. And everything in the sequel is kind of dialed to 11. There's more action, there's more of everything. More blood, more guts, just everything. So that is what I had planned for the sequel. And then for the third one, the final in the trilogy, takes place years later. Again, similar to like Halloween 4 is years after Halloween 2. Like I said, I did not do this intentionally, it's just a coincidence. Now in this one, it's believed that all the bullies are gone, and then it turns out that not all the bullies are gone, and one of the bullies and their family actually moved to Boston, which obviously we all know Boston's a real place in Massachusetts. I live extremely close to Boston. And I guess the imaginary town of Pinewood also is relatively close, like in the Boston area. So they're in Boston, so that's where Owen Trent heads to. And of course, this is obviously the first 2 movies are like on Christmas Eve, and this one is years later on Christmas Eve. And I guess the main idea is that Owen Trent has sort of been living as sorry, noise in the background. Owen Trent has sort of been living as like a hermit in the woods, sort of, almost like Jason in Part 2. Again, a lot of inspiration from other slasher movies, but he comes back. Now at the end of the second movie, when he thinks his work is done, he leaves behind everything, and the police pick it up. And I'm not sure, maybe it's in like the police station of Pinewood, maybe it's in a museum or something. But he breaks in and takes it. Now it's been years, and the mask has seen a lot of damage, so now it looks like this. Hence the damaged version. So Owen Trent grabs the mask, gets the old baseball bat and everything, gets the hat back, and then it's the third one, and he heads out into Boston, the big city, to track down the bullies. And when he does, he comes to the decision that even though everyone who bullied his sister is now dead, he knows there are other kids just like those bullies who bully other innocent people, and he's gonna go out and try and kill as many of them as he can to stop them from, bullying another kid to the point of suicide. And that's pretty much the story I've had. Obviously, stuff in between them, but like that's kind of the basic outline of what I've had for a long time. And I really like it how it's kind of like Christmas from 3 points of views. I mean, people live just in kind of like a normal suburb, it's kind of Christmas from that point of view, just everyone who knows each other, or Christmas out in the woods, trees everywhere, frozen lakes, snowy trees and stuff like that, or Christmas in the city, stores everywhere selling all this Christmas stuff. And I really like how it's kind of like all three, different types of places. So and I also like how each mask kind of reflects the change. So that's about it. Let me know what you guys think about this trilogy I have planned. Hopefully someday I can make it a reality, but for now it just exists in my head. Alright, thanks so much for watching. See you guys later. OddNet Productions, out.